10 data entry jobs that you can do from home. The first one is the virtual receptionist. The average salary of this job role is around $14 per hour. A virtual receptionist works remotely for a company, performing many of the same duties that they would in an office. Virtual receptionists are responsible for managing the company's clerical needs, such as managing calendars, appointments, payroll information, and related jobs. They also spend time answering calls, taking messages, and forwarding callers to an intended recipient. A virtual receptionist needs to have the right equipment to communicate effectively from their remote location. The second work-from job is data processor. The average salary of a data processor is around $15 per hour. A data processor is responsible for organization data into the appropriate electronic files and formats. Additionally, the data processor also makes any necessary changes that need to be made to the data. They must keep a detailed account of their work, and they may be asked to proofread their coworkers' assignments to make sure it's free of any errors. The third type of simple remote job is data entry clerk. The average salary of a data entry clerk is around $15 per hour. The role data entry clerks are similar to those of a data processor in their organization of data. In this role, a data entry clerk is responsible for taking the data they receive from a company and organizing it into an appropriate file system or spreadsheet format. They might also be tasked with updating outdated information and comparing new data sets to the original file and figures. The fourth remote job type is data transcriber. The average salary of a data transcriber is around $16 per hour. A data transcriber converts audio files into written word data. They listen to audio messages and type them out to create a visual representation of the audio file. They are also expected to listen to the audio multiple times to ensure they did not mistype any information. Data transcribers may be asked to work with confidential information, and they are expected to keep that information private. The next remote job role is virtual assistant. The average salary of a virtual assistant is around $17 per hour. A virtual assistant is responsible for assisting a company with its clerical needs. A virtual assistant might be asked to run a company's social media platforms, format company documents, or create presentation materials. They're expected to have great customer service skills, both over the phone and by email. This role may also require maintaining electronic records and conducting basic data entry. The sixth remote job type is data technician. The average compensation of data technician is around $19 per hour. A data technician manages company data and enters it into organized spreadsheets, but they hold other responsibilities in addition to basic data entry. They are expected to manage company databases, communicate with departments about the accessibility of the data, complete necessary research, and replace outdated client records with up-to-date information. The next remote job is data coordinator. The average salary of a data coordinator is around $19 per hour. A data coordinator's job role is similar to those of a data technician, but their work involves more in-depth responsibilities. A data coordinator is responsible for completing spreadsheet data entry, overseeing company database information, and communicating with superiors about discrepancies in recorded data. This position sometimes requires additional educational requirements or experience. The eighth simple remote job type is word processor. The average salary of a word processor is around $19 per hour. A word processor creates workplace documents by using word processing software. Their job might require them to proofread and edit existing documents. A word processor is expected to maintain workplace documentation by completing routine updates on policies and figures. They may also perform clerical work in addition to those tasks. The next remote job type, proofreader. The average salary of a proofreader is around $19.50 per hour. A proofreader reviews manuscripts for grammar and punctuation errors. They can work in freelance positions or as part of a company on a contractual basis. A proofreader may be expected to fact-check the information in a manuscript for accuracy. In addition to fact-checking, they might be asked to familiarize themselves with industry research and terminology. The last type of remote job to highlight is coding specialist. The average salary of a coding specialist is around $23 per hour. A coding specialist retrieves and organizes client data, aids in the creation of company documents, and oversees company databases. They may also be expected to coordinate between hospitals and insurance companies to record insurance reimbursement fees. This position relies heavily on a thorough knowledge of medical proceedings. Subscribe for more additional data and analytics tips.